Hi, how are you doing? Um, Today, I would like to talk with you a little bit about a subject-verb agreement in inverted sentences. This is dedicated to learners of English, whoever you are, wherever you are, who might be interested in various aspects of the language. I would be addressing these videos to you, and upon feedback from you, I would be choosing certain topics to talk about based on your feedback and based on your needs. Um, Allow me first to introduce myself. My name is Khalid Layali, and I have my buddy here. His name is Joe English, and he will be accompanying me in most of my videos where we will be discussing aspects of the language and the best ways to learn it and how we go about doing this or that learning while learning English language. All right. So say hello to Joe. And Joe, what are we going to do today? All right. We're going to talk about subject-verb agreement in inverted sentences. Joe says we are going to talk about subject-verb agreement in inverted sentences. So hold tight. I'm going to share the screen with you and we will start the PowerPoint and we'll do some exercises with each other. All right, so um, just 1 minute. Okay. All right. Okay. So, without further ado, as I said, this is dedicated to learners of English, wherever they are, whoever they are. I would like to talk to you today about subject-verb agreement in inverted sentences. So let's have a look now at the PowerPoint. First of all, what is an inverted sentence? An inverted sentence is a sentence in which the subject follows the verb. So the normal position of the subject is at the beginning of the sentence and then followed by the verb. However, in inverted sentences, what happens is that the verb comes first and then the subject comes right after the verb. And that happens when the sentence starts with a prepositional phrase. For example, on the wall hangs a beautiful portrait. Okay, so hangs a portrait. Hangs is a verb, a portrait is a subject. And why did this happen in such a sentence? Because we have a prepositional phrase at the beginning. So the sentence is inverted and the verb came first and then the subject followed it. So first of all, now we knew that the inverted sentence has the verb coming first and then the subject right after, not the other way around, which is a normal position in regular sentences, where the subject comes first and then the verb follows it. That's the normal position. But in inverted sentences, I say it one more time, the verb comes first and then followed by the subject. Some inverted sentences start with there or here. For example, in this circumstance, the verb and the subject that follows it must both agree in number. There reside two gentle neighbors, okay? Or here is your license, okay? All right. When an interrogative sentence contains an auxiliary verb, it precedes the subject while the main verb follows the subject. For example, does the play begin at 9 o'clock? So these are cases where the verb comes before the subject, either because it's a question or because it starts with there or here, or because it starts with a prepositional phrase, just like sentence one, on the wall hangs a portrait of Mary. Number two, it starts with there or here. For example, here in two, it starts with there. There reside two gentle neighbors. We have to be careful that the subject and the verb must agree with each other, even if the verb comes before the subject. Okay? And let's not confuse that with the preposition predicate or the object of the in the prepositional phrase. So on the wall, if I say on the walls, I must say hangs a portrait, because hangs here does not agree with the walls. If we have the word walls here, hangs here does not agree with walls, but it should agree with a portrait, because a portrait is the subject, while wall or walls in that case will be the object of the prepositional phrase. Let's have an exercise to make things clearer. All right, so let's now move to an exercise as an application to what we are saying. Here, write correct beside the sentence in which the subject and verb agree. For example, number one, has Jenny seen the exhibit? What do you think? I think yes, the subject and the verb agrees here. All right, so it's correct. Number two, under the couch lie the other shoe. Oh, here we say under the couch lie and then shoe. We have one shoe, so we must say under the couch lies the other shoe. So Joe says it's wrong. Thank you, Joe. How about number three? On the shelf sit several books. Hmm, it's correct. Why? Because set agrees with the subject several books. It should not agree with shelf, because shelf is the object of the prepositional phrase, on the shelf. Yes, shelf is singular, but here the verb set must agree with the plural subject several books. So in this case, number three is correct. Number four, here are Michael's chess set. What do you think, Joe? Well, Joe says it's wrong. Why, Joe? Because it's one chess set. He says, oh, one chess set. So this is singular. As long as it's singular, we must say, here is Michael's chess set. Okay, thank you again. So in number four, it's wrong. We must say, here is. Number five, does the parade pass this corner? Does the parade pass this corner? Correct. Number six, above the horizon shine distant stars. Again, correct, because shine agrees with distant stars. It should not agree with horizon. It agrees with distant stars. How about number seven? Across Balboa Avenue are the Martins' house. What do you think, Joe? Joe says no. That's not, doesn't sound correct. Why, Joe? Because here we have a plural verb are and we have Martin's house is just one house. So we should say is Martin's house. Across Balboa Avenue is Martin's house. Thank you again. So let's move to another exercise. In this exercise, we should draw a line under the verb that agrees with the subject. Do or does the players warm up? Okay, players are plural, so we should say, huh? Do. Correct. Number two, here is or here are everything you need. Everything is a singular subject, so we should say, here is everything you need. Okay. Number three, through the rain, trudge or trudges the weary travelers. So, which is the subject here in this sentence? Yeah, is it the rain or the weary travelers? Huh? Yes, correct, the weary travelers. So we should say trudge. The verb trudge agrees with the weary travelers. The weary travelers is a plural subject, so the verb should be plural as well. Number four, across the threshold sweeps or sweep the royal couple. The royal couple sweep, so we should say sweep the royal couple. Two, have or has the customers seen our newest product? Customers, plural, so should I say have or has? Have, correct. The last one, there lie or lies Julia's prize. Okay, Julia's prize is one thing, so it's singular. So we should say there lies Julia's prize. So one more time, I'm gonna recap what we have talked about today in this quickie on grammar. Subject-verb agreement in inverted sentences. We said that the normal position in regular sentences for the subject is that it comes first and then followed by the verb. But in inverted sentences, the verb comes first and then followed by the subject. In such case, it's very important that they both agree with each other. What are some of the cases we have inverted sentences? We have inverted sentences if the sentence starts with a prepositional phrase. For example, on the wall hangs a portrait or a picture or a photo. Okay, so here hangs is a verb and a picture or a portrait is a subject. The regular sentence should be a photo or a portrait or a portrait, a photo, or anything hangs on the wall. Okay, a picture, a photo, a portrait hangs on the wall. But because we started with on the wall, a prepositional phrase, we have to make inversion between the subject, position of the subject and the verb. So upon the wall hangs the portrait. The verb hangs must agree with the portrait. It does not agree with the wall because the wall is the object of the prepositional phrase. Another example where the subject and verb is inverted when we have an interrogative sentence. Do you play chess? Okay, so do is an auxiliary, and then you is the subject, and then play is the main verb. Another example when we start with here and there. Okay, there are several people in, or there are many people in the room. So in this case, many people, plural, subject. So we should say are, okay, to agree with that. If we say there is one chair in this room, so I should say there is, because is goes with one chair. So there can be, used with both plural and singular verbs. and subjects, but it depends on what comes after here or what comes after there. We should make the verb and the subject agrees. If the subject is plural, the verb should be plural. If the subject is singular, the verb should be singular. Okay, thank you. I hope this explains a little bit about subject-verb agreement in inverted sentences. And till we meet again, I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.